You've worked so long at UFC. Do you feel like that? And I've watched your pace over there. I remember when I did a show with you in Atlanta, and then we did a show the night before. Then I was sitting behind you, and so like you guys are commentating, and then you go right up into the ring, and you come right back down, and you commentate again. I mean, it was like watching it just seemed like a lot. Like this is a lot, like you have to have a real pace for it.
It's a real job.
Yeah.
You have to have energy for sure.
It blew my mind.
Yeah, it's like, and you're doing it for 6 hours.
Yeah.
And I sit down for 6 hours and I try not to pee, which is lucky that I have good experience doing the podcast because I'm used to like holding my piss for 3 hours, but that's about my limit. So I always have to pee at least once or twice.
Ride that bag, baby. I like riding that bag.
It's hard though sometimes. Like also, I'm drinking like Monster Energy drinks sometimes, which are like piss magnets.
Yeah.
They're delicious, but they make you want to pee.
Make you want to beat your wife too, dude. I've seen a lot of dudes drinking Monster that they're going home to punch.
I don't know if the Monster is the cause of it. I think there's probably other factors.
Well, I'll say this. It's the beverage of choice of some of those gentlemen. I'll say that. I
thought it was rock stars.
Maybe it used to be. Do you think you'll always work there? Do you ever, you've done it for a long time, Do you think, I guess nothing can be forever, but do you think you'll always commentate for UFC?
I enjoy it. I enjoy the sport, but I enjoy watching it too. When it came to Austin, it was the first time in 20 years that I sat in the audience and I watched it. It was great. I enjoyed the shit out of it. Just no responsibility, just being able to watch. I want to go to more of them that I'm not going to, like at the Apex Center. Those are great. Because
in Vegas?
Yeah, because it's a small arena, a small octagon, and you're right there, man, right there with the action.
When you started, do you feel like did y'all have such a strong commentating team? Now it's like it's really
stronger now than ever. Yeah, it's stronger now than John Anik is the fucking man. He's great, and Daniel Cormier's the fucking man. And when I get to do it with Dominic Cruz or anybody else that I get Paul Felder's fucking great. It's amazing. It's a beautiful job, and I love DC. Like when me and DC hang out and have fun. It's just like he's such a great guy, and he knows so much about the sport. 2-division world champion and great wrestler, and just a dude who likes to have fun. Like we laugh a lot, and it's a great job, man. I love it. I look forward to it every time. I look forward to it this weekend. I'm doing this weekend in Dallas. I'm pumped.
Oh, nice. I don't know who's fighting on that one.
It's Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena.
Dude, I was at the first one.
Yes. Who knows what's happening in that rematch?
And Halle Berry was there at the first one, dude.
Oh, yeah. That
was cool.
Halle Berry's a big fan. She's there all the time.
Yeah, that was cool.
She loves the sport.
Yeah, Jared Leto was there. He's neat.
He's always there, too. Yeah, he loves it. It's always, it's exciting, man. Who's a big fan of it now? Mark Zuckerberg. He's a big fan of MMA.
Really?
Yeah. He loves it. He got like super addicted to it. He's training now. He's doing jiu-jitsu.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
They should make him fight other owners of things.
Who do you think he would fight? Bezos? Bezos is a little older. It's kind of cruel to make him fight Bezos. He might fuck Bezos up.
Who could he get in against? Somebody that...
I put all my money on Elon. You teach
Really?
Elon martial arts? Yeah, he'd figure out a way to fuck you up.
Yeah. He's efficient. He just had like 9 kids in a month, I heard on Twitter. How fucking efficient is that?
I think he's doing it through in vitro fertilization.
I'm sure.
He jerks off into a FedEx tube and mails it to these ladies.
I've thought about that. I've thought about having a kid via like a machine or something,
You think that's the way to do it?
I think, because I was thinking about having a child with a friend of mine.
A guy or a girl?
A woman.
Okay.
Damn, bruh.
I just want to let you know what you can and can't do.
Yeah, Google what's the percentage of
dudes who can get pregnant. But you'll get confused now. Like, how many men can get pregnant? All of them. They'll say all of them.
Yeah.
Today, no one knows what to say.
But I think
is
those
it a
men
man
are trying
or is it a woman?
Those men are trying to trick other men to busting in them all the time.
I think we're talking about trans men. That's what they're talking about.
Oh, I see, where they put the ovaries into a man?
No. Like a biological female becomes a man. Trans men.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So when they said, can men get pregnant? People say yes. and you're like, okay, I want off.
Yeah.
I want off this planet. I can't take your fucking confusing reality.
But do you think ever that Mother Nature has a plan, a bigger plan, where in the end it all ends up that we're like trans, like Ben Simmons is, like all like crossed? You know what
Ben Simmons?
Ben Simmons is like a Mick. He's a I think he's black and white, right? He played at LSU. He's a great basketball player.
What does it have to do with his sexuality?
But he's beige. You know what I'm saying? He's beige. Does it? You know what I'm saying? Does it end? Because there we go.
What the fuck? He's probably like, what the fuck, man? I'm a man. Leave me alone, bitch.
But if he put a
Keep me
wig
out
on,
of here. No.
if he put a wig on and shaved, I'm
With
just saying.
those fucking arms and hands.
Yeah.
If you get tricked by that guy,
then you want to.
yeah, you want to get tricked. You're trying to get tricked. You're like, trick me. Trick me, Ben Simmons. That's a fucking manly man. The size of his fucking hands. Go back to that picture. Bro, that guy's jacked. If you think that's a woman, I mean, maybe he is now. I don't know. I don't want to hurt anybody's
not.
feelings.
No.
He's 6'11". He's giant.
Go Tigers, man. He was an LSU Tiger. But what I'm saying is,
What are you saying?
here's what I'm saying, man. I can't believe you guys can't understand me.
I do understand what you're saying. I'm just fucking around.
Okay, and I'm just fucking around too. Okay, let me hit that thing again. Okay, yeah.
I think
I'm just saying, if we're sending somebody in, if the trans community is going to send somebody in to fucking vouch for them, they need to send in a fucking warrior. You know, they can't send
now
in.
I don't know what you're saying.
Okay.
I thought I knew what you were saying, but now I'm confused.
I switched to a new idea.
Okay.
What I was saying is, do you think we all end the same skin color and in some sort of a trans sexual type of situation?
I think it's very possible that we all become genderless. Yes, I do think that's possible. Yeah. I think that might be what is happening with like microplastics are changing people's hormone systems. I don't know if you know about all that. Do you know about all that?
You know I don't know about it. I mean, I appreciate it, though.
There's a book called
Thank you.
Countdown.
That was nice of you.
By a woman. Her name is Dr. Shanna Swan. And she came on the podcast and she explained that there's certain chemicals that are in plastics and in some fertilizers that are disrupting the human body endocrine system. And it's causing people's penises to shrink, balls to shrink, sperm counts are lowering. And one of the ways they find out about this is the size of people's taints.
Oh, wow.
Yes. In male mammals, the taint is 50 to 100% larger than female mammals. So like when they pick up a gerbil, that's how they can quickly tell whether or not it's a boy or a girl, is by the size of the taint. And when the introduction of phthalates, it starts with a P, P-T-H-A-L-A-T-E-S, I think it's how you spell it. You say phthalates. And phthalates are a type of chemical that disrupts the human body, and because of the use of petrochemical products, the increase of phthalates into the human body from contamination has caused people's taints to shrink, balls to shrink, dicks to shrink, sperm counts to drop, and miscarriages to go up. And they think that if you think about that, like that is like causing gender to just kind of compress and to become like more ambiguous. And in the future, if that continues to happen, what does that mean? Like, what do we become genderless? And then what do we do to try to keep the human race alive? Well, we may revert to genetic engineering, like some sort of a medical technological intervention, so we breed from like splicing genes.
So we get enough males and we get enough females.
Yeah, and that has always been what's crazy about this is, although this sounds nuts, we're talking about it now, for decades, people that have been abducted by aliens have always said that aliens are performing experiments and making hybrids with human beings because their genetic material has run stale, because they're breeding, or they're rather reproducing through genetic manipulation rather than through sex, because they don't have sexual intercourse anymore.
So they need our eggs and sperm.
They need all that stuff. They need our material. But because they don't have that anymore. So that might be where all biological creatures that develop technology, and technology in our case involves a lot of plastic, the more technology, the more plastic in the bodies, the more the bodies become genderless.
Wow.
Wild.
And since there's plastic in our water, like little molecules and stuff, does that affect us too, do you think?
Yes, it definitely does. Wow. Yeah, we found a statistic that's a little misleading, but the statistic is every week the average person consumes a credit card-sized piece of plastic through microplastics.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
But then Jamie found out that the way they calculate that is like worst case scenario.
Like some dude who really likes, who sucks on the bottle.
A lot of like bottle licking.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of like chewing on vibrators.
Or chewing on, chew it like that dog we saw the other day.
Yeah.